My name is Chelsea Feldman, and I teach first and second grade at the Berkeley School, and I have been teaching for 11 years. And I originally got into the field of teaching via outdoor education. After college, I spent a couple of years working in outdoor schools and doing urban agriculture and taking kids into the wilderness and working with kids from all backgrounds, from all parts of the Bay Area, and got just really engaged with working with youth, specifically around sort of environmental justice, and that led me into the classroom. And I would say where I started in my work was this sort of sentimentalist approach to like really wanting to connect with my students, and feeling like we were all in it together and we're gonna do good work, and maybe not pushing kids as hard as I could, or creating structures that were gonna actually make it successful for kids, but coming from a place of like really a heartfelt desire to make the world a better place and connect with kids and their families.
And can you talk a little bit about your journey, like if you can remember your own experience in schools and then where you ended up, and how that changed your mindset over time?
Sure. So I grew up in a very rural, very homogeneous environment in the islands north of Seattle. And so on the one hand, I grew up in a public school because that's all there was, with the same group of, I think, like 110 kids from kindergarten through 12th grade. So what I was exposed to in that environment, in terms of curriculum and, all the things, peers, it was all very homogeneous. And another lens for me in my growing up experience educationally was I had a lot of trauma in my family, with the death of a parent early on, and just sort of dysfunction in general in my family. And so for me, coming to education later on in life, it wasn't necessarily my goal at that time, but I definitely experienced, as a child, a lot of sort of being on the outside, because my family structure looked really differently, and because I was just in school kind of in that state of being very unsettled and having a lot of anxiety and stress about what was going on at home, and there was no support for me at school, and so there was a need for me to really protect what I was experiencing and what I was feeling. So I think that really informed my teaching practice from the beginning, going in and having had that experience of school not necessarily being a place where I felt safe with the grown-ups, was something that I definitely wanted to provide as a teacher. That felt foundational to my own understanding of what it meant to be in the classroom, is to be that kind of safe buffer for kids.